Hey, everybody, thanks for checking out my latest video. If you haven't joined Sorare, please use my referral code and you will get a free card after you get 5 of the paid cards. I'm going to try to record this real quick during halftime of the Chelsea-Real Madrid game because I'm not real confident Chelsea come back from a 2-0 in this game. But anyway, I did have a cash in the Sorare football this week and Sorare basketball. I'm going to go over it real quick. I almost had more in the football, but you know how it happens with guys starting or putting them in the wrong lineups or whatever. This is a pretty vintage jacket by this point. Anyway, so the only one I hit in was the Cap 270 and barely hung on to a tier 5. No, 1 point away from a tier 4. This one was looking good, but then Arnaiz was on the bench, and even though he was projected to start, and that happened on a few of my teams this week. That happens, you know. But a pretty no-name lineup got 370 points. So I'm getting a tier 5, which is, you know, probably not going to be the greatest one. But anyway, using defenders is a good strategy. You know, they can get you good points and they're cheaper. Anyway, so this is a recent buy. These are all fairly recent buys. This is the most recent, except for this Mascarov I've had a long time. Just going down to the point totals. French League Amateur 331. Got good performance from the PSG guys, but you needed 460 to cash there this week. Of course, you got to finish top 200. Serie A Amateur, I finished top 6,000, which is pretty high. 83 points away. And if these two who played later on Atlanta had done better, I might have gotten it. Kim Min-jae is unbelievable and so rare. And in real life, he's really good. La Liga Pro. Now, this was a very frustrating one. I finished 88 points off the total. I also had a Griezmann, and I was going to put it in there, and I looked and I said, well, Vinicius is supposed to start. And I just said, well, I don't know if I forgot or I just went with it, and he didn't start because they were resting him because they were playing Chelsea in the Champions League. So I got 0 from that. But, like, my Guido Rodriguez, you know, he's been doing well lately. Unal did okay against Barca. Dude's been doing okay. So I would have hit it because 88 points and Griezmann had 90. So I would have had 90 plus, something like that. I would have cashed a card in that if I'd started him. MLS Amateur had a better week too, but this guy didn't start. These are new pickup. My St. Louis stack did decent, finished 18,000, 110 points. So you needed about 400 points to cash in that. The La Liga, you needed about 375-ish. Serie A Pro, another pretty good week. I only finished 56 points out of the money. My captain was Silva. I have the Udinese 3 stack there. Kim Min-jae did well. Sumaru needed 325 points. It wasn't that far away from that. A couple little bit better games from them. French League, 111 points off the pace, 270 points. He came off the bench even though he's projected to start. I've had, you know, it's one of those things where when I play him, he doesn't start, and when I do, he does. Messi's great to have on your thing. Mori Diaw's been good. The Claremont stack's been pretty good. So you needed about 380 to cash in that. Champion Europe. Now we're getting into more left. Some of the, oh no, my 240 and 220 teams also. But this was I don't have enough goalies to fill in some of these, and but I still finished 108 out of that. So you need like 350. This guy had been in my Bundesliga lineup, and I put him just in my junk lineup, and he got 90 points. This was a recent buy. Did okay. My defender did okay. This guy, and like I said, I don't have another goalie for that one. La Liga Amateur, Vinicius being out, Griezmann had 97 points. So I mean, all I had to do was do that, and I was probably getting a tier 4 card. Definitely a tier 3. So you needed 440 to finish top 200, which is quite a bit. Cap 220, extremely frustrating. Finished 50 points out of getting one. Start off with these two. This is a brand new buy. Andreas Gruber, one of my new buys. He did really well. Klaus was a free gift card. These other ones are cheap. I've been having trouble with the goalie, though. I've been picking these cheap Premier League goalies to try to fit in because you need such a low cap. And Pickford had a horrible game. You know, I have Bazunu. I tried Ederson. So finding that cheap goalie that I can use as a core to get in there, because you only needed 280 points. And I start off with like 120, 130. Gruber's on Austria Vienna. I think they're going to be in the playoffs of that league. I got it for 0.001. It's already doubled to 0.002. He's 27 years old. I like to get the younger players. Had a goal and an assist, I believe, last game. Decent team that could end up, I think, with a European qualification of some sort. Cap 240. This was over 250, and they took off so many points that it's now down to 230. I don't know how that works sometimes. I was looking pretty. These three went, and then I had these two left, I believe. He's been really good, and they didn't start him for whatever reason on the MLS. My goalie had, I guess, a catastrophic error. He had 70 points, and then they scored in like the 70th minute, something like that. Le Duran's been good on France. He's a recent one. I got all these are pretty recent. Sorry, Kabah's been good. I mentioned him. Ravelson's been good. So I was looking good, easy to get the $5 of Ethereum on that and get a card, but fell through. Ended up so you needed about 300 points to get a card. You need 250 to get a. So obviously, if he had played even as a sub, I would have hit it with the 20 points. So that was frustrating. And I was over 250. I don't know how they withdrew that much from it. Bundesliga Pro's been my weakest one. I need to add some more players to it. But like I had this other striker put up 90 that I didn't use. And I picked up Antwi. This is a guy I had owned before as well and flipped him a long time ago. My goalie didn't start, so that team's in trouble. Guerrero didn't do well. But I picked him up cheap for 0.002, and he's about a little bit below that now. He's 29 years old on Bochum. Is it Bochum? Yeah, Bochum. When I owned him, he really didn't play much, but he's been playing, and he does pretty well. He does okay. Bundesliga Amateur, Fulkrug didn't start. Just haven't done that great in that. Bellingham I'm probably going to get rid of. I've had a problem with the striker and that you needed about 400 on the 410 to cash in that. All-Star Limited. So here you see some of the players I put on my crap teams got good points, and I could have used them. Like Gomi, I was looking at putting him in the 220 team or the 240 and just decided against it. This MLS guy hadn't started the previous game. This is another MLS defender. Don't have a starting goalie there, and this guy played last game but didn't this game. You needed 350 to cash an All-Star Limited. Premier League Amateur, been making swaps. My defender was Koulibaly, and he was resting. I tried Pickford, like I said. I brought in Gundogan, and he didn't start. So it is what it is. You need 420 to cash in that. That was a poor week on that. So got one card out of that. On the limited basketball, I'm going to open my cards here in 1 second. Game's getting ready to come back on soon. Limited basketball, I had gotten rid of almost all my cards, and I somehow still cashed. And almost got a tier 3. I got a tier 4 because I have this De'Aaron Fox. This was a prize card. I hit in the top 200 on this when I first started on the commons a couple times. And I had sold most of my cards, but I somehow scraped it together because Plumlee, Lyles, him having 50, and he just had 70 in the last one for me. So he's a great one right now in the playoffs, in the pickup. So let me open the cards that I got. Let's see, NBA. Oh, and I may be putting some back into my baseball to make a full lineup there. I feel like my core team's really good in baseball, but it hasn't. It's really hard to cash. So basketball, I got a tier 2 common. Let's see. Is that Clay? Kuminga. I guess maybe Clay's probably tier 1. Tier 4 limited. Now I've gotten good prize cards in the NBA before, but tier 4. Let's see. Claxton? No. Day'Ron Sharp. Let me look him up really fast. Yeah, I thought I was getting a. I thought I was getting a tier 3 on that. So he's like a $4 card. He was getting some PT at the end of the year, so that's not a bad one. He's 21 years old. I mean, that's one just to have, if I could keep doing the basketball. Okay, so let's go to the football. And again, this is a tier 5, so I don't have really high expectations, and I should have gotten the 5 Ethereum. Coins. 1,000. Would be nice to trade some coins in for cards. So let's see. Here we go. Let's hopefully get a $4 card or something. Not really sure what to expect on this one. Not expecting much. Spanish defender. Saul Garcia. I could use more forwards and midfielders. He's on Santander. It's a $1 card. Let's see if he plays. Hey, he's not that bad. What's his L? L15 though is 48, which is pretty high, but that's actually not bad when he starts and when he plays. That's actually not that bad. I don't mind that one. All right, so that's it. Again, please use my Sorare referral code, and if you sign up for new ones, and if you post any questions, I've been doing the PGA ReignMakers DraftKings. All right, this Chelsea game's coming back on. All right, I got to go. Come on, you Blues. I don't think it's going to happen, but we're pretty awful this season, but it is what it is. All right, thanks. Have a good one.